Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. And for those joining us in different time zones, good morning, konnichiwa, konbanwa, buenos dias, all of the languages. Just want to say hello to everyone. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys on this amazing Sunday evening here in Dallas, Texas. So you know what, guys? I am so thrilled to be here with you guys one more time, but just want to let you know, next week, we will not have a product training. It is the 26th of December, and that is the day after Christmas holiday celebration. So whether you celebrate or not, we won't have one on that Sunday. But I just want to let you know up front, if you actually do jump on that Sunday, you will be the one doing the training. So just want to let you know that up front. But today, I'm just so excited and thrilled to be here with you guys on the 19th of December. And you know what? I have something special in store for you guys. Before I jump into the product, to training and anything, just reintroduce myself. My name is Jomar Sharp. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I am engineer by trade. I've got a minor in mathematics, and I currently live in Dallas with my wife and our good old pup. But that's the reason why I joined ACN. Really is for my family. I wanted more for my family. My parents were able to get myself and my sister to a certain point, and now I want to be able to do that for my children and afford them some of the better things in life that I was not privy to at a young age. So being able to look up in the stands during performances and have my children look up and see me waving at them and things like that, those types of things. So again, I'm just really excited to be here with you guys. And I'll actually, before I jump into things, I want to share this with you. I'm always doing some type of personal development, and I thought this one kind of stood out to me. So I want to share it with you guys. But every level of success you want to achieve, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, career, etc., requires a new understanding of the skill and new behavioral pattern. What got you to where you are is not enough to get you to where you want to go. Think about that. Why? Why not? Because if it were enough to get you there, wouldn't you already be there? Right? So what got you here will not get you there. Maybe it'll be some stepping stones, but every level of success is going to require a new level of skill and behavior. Since we develop beliefs, habits, behaviors that go from conscious effort to non-conscious habits, in order to achieve the next level of success, you have to learn how to create new habits of thought, new emotion management, and new behaviors to match the level of success that you want to achieve. Now, guys, that one stood out to me because it's so true. We think, oh, we have everything we need, or we're going to try to do things better this time. But are we actually doing something different? Learning, developing that skill. What did it say? It said emotion management skills. Those are the things that we have to work on. So this skill right here on this service, if you develop this one, you are going to go to the top of the charts because the top leaders have mastered this service. Now here, let me go ahead and kick things off. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. And let's go ahead and get things started. Now, for this evening, what we're gonna talk about is how to successfully create and maintain a portfolio of Flash mobile customers. Yes, one of our flagship services. Now, again, I've mentioned this every week that I've done a product training, focus on 2 to 3 services that suit your market. Now, I've almost pretty much gone through every single service that we have in our portfolio. And I've said this every single time, focus on the ones that work for you, work for the people that you meet, things like that. If you're not sure which ones work, get with your upline, ask questions. Leaders are here to help and make suggestions. Go to your website. You can even do this on your own. Go to your website, go to your storefront and search these services. You should probably already know the services that were easier for you to sign up when you signed up for your services, because I know for a fact you have your own services under your own ACN business. So again, not going to harp on that too much, but I do want to also reiterate, ask for the favor. Favor, help, try. It works like a charm. If you're not sure on what to do, I had an example, I think it was back in maybe November, October, I did a training on how I utilize favor, help, try, and I showed the messages that I use, and it was for Zoom energy training. So go back and take a look, but that same service, that same skill can apply to any of our services. Now, why Flash Mobile is my favorite? Let's go. So number one, commissionable revenue is up to 90%. Now, the last time I checked, 90% is pretty close to 100%, right? And it's also for the life of the customer. That's awesome. That is awesome. Also, with Flash Mobile, most everyone already has a cell phone. I mean, I know you've seen homeless people with cell phones. They may not have electricity bill, but they got a cell phone. People want to be connected. They want to talk to others. They want to connect with people. They're everywhere from the children up to the elderly. They all pretty much have cell phones. And then number three, we have increased points for the month of December. So this is a key time for us to ensure that we're going after these customers before this promotion goes away. And I'll share some more details closer to the end on what I mean about that. And here's a bonus one, what I love. There's no contracts. There's no credit checks, no early termination fees. What? Seriously, guys, there's no true commitment. When people are worried about commitment, oh, this and that, Flash Mobile doesn't have it. They don't. We don't. So, but I just want to go back to this key one. Most everyone has a cell phone. And I want to dive a little deeper into this. So it's actually one of the only services that I'm aware of that we actually have more opportunities to get customers than there are people in the US. What are you saying, Jomar? I don't know what you mean. What are you saying? Okay, here, let me break it down for you. In the US, now, cell phone service, mobile device service, it's a $300 billion annual revenue. No, before I go any further, actually, I'm not big on giving statistics personally, because a lot of people aren't about numbers. I like to simplify it, so I like to keep it simple. But I thought this was interesting for those urchins out there who like to see the numbers and want to understand. But it was more so that I put this up here to make the point that cell phone service for us is so big of an opportunity, and many of us take it for granted. So here, in pretty much any market, this is a service that you can utilize. And this is such a great way to end the year. So $300 billion in annual revenue, we're talking about billion with a B. If you just get a small slice of that, you will be set for life. Now, total population in the US, 332 million, roughly. The number of mobile connections in the US is 354 million. Come on, guys. That's 22 million more connections than there are people. We're talking about close to 10%, I guess about 8%. Come on now, like this is huge. This is huge. That means there's people either with two services or they're signing up new connections more often than twice in a year, than more than once in a year. Like that's huge. And this is where we can come in and provide our service. Now, 95% of American adults own a cell phone. Come on, guys. Like I said, everyone has one. 89% of the people surveyed in this survey, they actually answered that they cannot live without their smartphone. Isn't that crazy? Cannot live without it. I mean, think about it. You leave the house in the morning and you forget your cell phone. You're taking a U-turn going 50 miles an hour across traffic, rush hour traffic, just to rush back home to get it, right? I know I've almost done that a few times. So it's so true. This is a service that it is essential. We've said that, heard that word in news and things like that, but it's an essential service because everyone wants to be connected. Now, what I mentioned about the points customer promotion that's happening in the month of December for Flash Mobile, guys, ACN has gotten ridiculous with this promotion. Like I don't know that I've seen anything like this for Flash service. Now, one line, double points, 4 points for the month of December, 2 lines, 6 points, and it goes up from there. Like that is huge. That is huge. And even anyone that you know, this is the time that a lot of people get new service. They're switching over to the new iPhone, people getting cell phones for Christmas. There's a great opportunity for us to come in, provide a great value to that customer, to our family, to our friends, to the people that we meet here and there. This is such a great time where we can offer this service to them at a time that they need it. They're going to sign up anyway. So here's the time that we are able to jump in. Oh, and also, by the way, as always, feel free to take screenshots. All this information is from all of the different websites that we have access to, whether it's our storefront, ACN Compass, back office, whatever it is. So I've pulled this all together for you guys. So definitely feel free to take screenshots and take notes. Now, as mentioned, we always want to make the services simple. We want to make it simple for our customers. So how do we do that? You know what? I thought that I could dive into this and really explain it to you guys, but I really want you to realize that ACN is putting out such great materials for us, training materials for us. And I knew once I started doing some research on, and how to pull this presentation together, I knew that I could not do it better than ACN's materials that they have for us. So right now, I'm going to jump over to the video, and it's going to explain pretty much ACN in a nutshell when it comes to this Flash Mobile service. Now, again, take notes, screenshots, whatever you have to do, and I'll be right back.
When it comes to wireless, typically one of the first questions I get from IBOs in the field is, how do I start a conversation about wireless with someone? Well, it starts with a simple question. Who do you pay for your wireless service? Now, you could always follow that up with, wouldn't you like to get paid every time you pay your own wireless bill? And better yet, if you help 5 others enroll with our wireless service, you can get yours for free. And when they say yes, you share the business, of course. But let's stay on the topic of selling wireless and, more importantly, how to prepare for a smooth enrollment experience. When it comes to selling wireless, like everything else we do, share your why first. Remember, we grow our business based on our relationships. And because we don't advertise, our competitive edge often speaks for itself. Then find out who they pay, what they pay, and share our plans. And when someone is ready to become your customer, make sure you're prepared with all the information you need to ensure a smooth enrollment experience. There are 2 key documents that I'm confident, if used properly, will make your customer's enrollment experience simple and seamless. The first one is the Activation Pre-Order Checklist. The second one is the Flash Mobile Discovery Form. Use the Activation Pre-Order Checklist to help your customer prepare for enrollment. Use the Flash Mobile Discovery Form to help your customer gather information they'll need when it comes time to enroll. We'll begin with the first one, the Activation Pre-Order Checklist. This checklist is exactly that, key checkpoints that your customer needs to meet before moving forward with the enrollment. Important steps that you need to be aware of. It's not hard, it's just necessary. Don't wing it, use the checklist. Step 1 on the checklist. Check compatibility and coverage. If the customer wants to keep their existing device, you need to make sure they can. This step tells you where and how to confirm if their device is compatible. Compatibility means the device will operate on the Flash Mobile network. You'll also want to check coverage where they live to ensure the service will work at their home. If the device is not compatible, they'll need to buy a compatible device from a third-party resource or directly from a manufacturer. An unlocked device that is compatible with all networks is obviously your best route. But always check the IMEI of the device for compatibility first. This will be checked again during the actual enrollment. Step 2, check eligibility. Compatibility and eligibility are two different things. Compatibility means the device will operate on the Flash Mobile network. Eligibility simply means the customer outright owns the phone and that it is unlocked. That's key. Your customer needs to make sure the device has been unlocked by their current carrier before enrolling with Flash Mobile. In most cases, we can't confirm that. For iPhones with software version 14 or greater, you can look this up in the settings of the phone. But for Android, at this time, they must confirm with their current carrier to ensure there are no issues when they power up their device for the first time with active Flash Mobile service. Once you've helped your customer confirm compatibility and eligibility, you'll move on to the next step on our pre-order checklist, which is all about transferring the number from their current carrier over to Flash Mobile. Most people are going to want to do this, and there is a set of information that they'll need to make that happen. So step 3 is making sure your customer has that information readily available. Their current carrier will not release the number if the customer does not have the correct information that's required. And the pre-order checklist tells you exactly what they need: the current carrier account number, the current carrier account porting PIN or transferring PIN, the primary account holder name as it appears on the invoice, and finally, the billing address of the current account. We also learned that in many cases, the current carrier has placed what's called port protection or fraud protection against the numbers our customers wish to port over to Flash Mobile. In these cases, the port will be blocked until the customer contacts their carrier to approve the request to transfer the number. So, customers should confirm that port protection is not in place. The next two steps are more common sense, but we want to call them both out. Again, this checklist is all about being 100% prepared for enrollment. We don't want anything to hold up the enrollment process because you didn't have everything ready. Step 4 is about making sure your customer has backed up their device. This is something that everyone should be doing on a regular basis, so why not make sure of it here before they enroll for service with Flash Mobile? If they're keeping their device, then all things normal, the information is still on the device when they activate with Flash Mobile. But we should always back up information just in case. Step 5 is simply being familiar with the plan options and knowing in advance which plans the customer will be choosing during the enrollment process. That's the activation pre-order checklist. 5 steps to prepare you in advance. Now we'll turn to the second key document, the Flash Mobile Discovery Form. This is where you'll collect the information your customer needs to enroll. You or the customer literally writes down the details on the document before they begin enrollment. On the first page of the Flash Mobile Discovery Form, you'll write down the basic customer information and the phone numbers that are being enrolled. You'll also write down the current carrier for each line, because in a multi-line order, each phone number could be coming from different carriers. And then you'll also be able to double confirm right here that each phone is compatible and eligible. On the second page, we simply present the plan options. And then the all-important third and final page is where you'll collect the remainder of the necessary information needed when the customer sits down to enroll. The 15-digit IMEI number of each phone being enrolled, the 19-digit ICC ID number of the SIM cards that will go into each phone that's being enrolled. You fill this out only if you have the SIM cards in hand for the enrollment. If your customer needs to request SIM cards during the enrollment process, then you'll leave this field blank. And perhaps the most important information is the porting information. Again, if the customer is transferring their number to Flash Mobile, this information is needed and must be accurate in order for Flash Mobile to successfully acquire the number from the current carrier. And don't cancel your service with your current carrier. The process of porting the number over to Flash Mobile will take care of that. Look, it just makes sense to prepare in advance with the activation pre-order checklist and to collect the information with the Flash Mobile Discovery Form. Pass these checkpoints and have the information written down here so that you and your customer have a seamless Flash Mobile enrollment experience. Use these two documents and you'll have tremendous success with Flash Mobile. If you want to learn how to enroll yourself and others with Flash Mobile, then this video is for you. I'm going to take you through a Flash Mobile enrollment from start to finish. To begin with, you and your customers will begin enrollment much like all other services, from your personal IBO website, which is your storefront. Simply hover over Services and then click on Mobile under Residential Services. This will take you to the mobile phone service page where you'll find both the Flash Mobile offering as well as the reseller option of AT&T Wireless. Of course, our focus for this video is our flagship offering of Flash Mobile. You can either click on the Shop Flash Mobile Now button from within the banner or scroll down the page to just underneath the Flash Mobile logo and you'll see the button there as well. Once you click on that button, you'll then be redirected to an acknowledgement page that covers important information about your enrollment that you'll want to confirm to ensure a seamless enrollment experience. Once you review the information, check the box to proceed and click on Order Now. The simplest way to enter the enrollment portal is to hover over the drop-down at the top of the page where you'll see Shop, and then you'll click on Plans. You could also scroll down on the page where you'll see the orange button that says See All Plans and click into the portal from there as well. Once on the plans page, customers begin enrollment from the set of plans that make the most sense for them. They can choose between the unlimited plan set or the gig plan set. Next, the customer scrolls down and selects the number of lines they want to enroll. For this example, we'll choose to enroll 3 lines under the Flash Unlimited suite. Keep in mind that all lines of one account must remain within the same set or family structure for the multi-line discounts to apply. You cannot mix and match across plan structures. Once a plan is selected, the customer will be asked to enter the zip code of the service area where the account will be billed. On this next page, the customer will confirm their device compatibility for each device they're enrolling. Very important to note that this only determines if the actual devices, the phone equipment, is compatible with the network. Eligibility must be determined prior to enrollment. Eligibility simply means that the device or devices are owned outright by the customer and unlocked by the carrier in which they are currently or were most recently activated with. That's always on the customer to confirm before enrolling. So as long as your customer is certain the phone is unlocked and compatibility is confirmed, they'll proceed to the next step by clicking on Submit. A message pops up to ensure that compatibility has been validated by the system. Click OK here to move forward. Next, your customer will be asked a very important question. Do you have a Flash Mobile SIM with you? If the answer is yes, that means the customer has SIM cards in hand for each of the lines they are enrolling. And equally as important is that they understand that by completing the enrollment, they will be initiating the activation immediately for all the lines within this enrollment. This is great because enrollment and activation takes place all at once and the customer walks away with their service up and running. If they answer no and need to have SIM cards shipped to them, then the customer will need to return to their online account portal when the SIM cards arrive to complete their activation. Typically, they will be shipped within 2 to 3 business days. For this example, we'll select no and have the Flash Mobile SIM cards shipped. That brings us to our next very important question. Do you want to transfer your number? If a customer answers no, then Flash Mobile will assign a new number to the activation. However, most people are coming from another carrier and have had their number for years. They probably want to keep it. So we'll select yes for transferring the number. If the customer has a multi-line enrollment, then the next screen will ask how many of the lines require transfer. And we'll say all 3 are being transferred, but in some cases, maybe only 2 of the 3 require a transfer. Perhaps the 3rd line was for little Johnny's first phone. The customer would indicate that here, and then the 3rd line would get assigned a new number. But for this enrollment, again, we're going to say we're transferring all 3 lines. Now we'll begin to fill out the port-in requirements. Of course, the first fields your customer fills out will be the actual numbers that are being transferred. When all the numbers are entered, they'll click on Submit to validate the numbers. Once we get the message that the MDNs, that's the phone numbers, are validated, we'll click on OK. The next page will show the customer the estimated total of the plan selected. From here, we'll click on Checkout. That will move us to the all-important Transfer Your Number page. This is where the customer needs to provide the necessary information that allows Flash Mobile to submit the request to have the numbers released from the current wireless carrier. Your customer should complete the information for all 3 lines being transferred. Keep in mind that when bringing phones from several different carriers, each line will have its own specific information that needs to be accurate for each line to port successfully. This again is on your customer to make sure they have the correct name, account number, porting PIN, and billing address. Click on Save at the bottom of the page to move forward. Once the porting information has been entered, the customer will create their online account portal. When enrolling for Flash Mobile for the first time, the customer is creating an account, and the account will have a unique email address that cannot be used for any other account. That email address will act as the account username, and then they'll create a password to access their online Flash Mobile account portal. Since we have SIM cards being shipped for this enrollment example, the customer will need to log back into the account to complete the activations for each of the 3 lines being enrolled when those cards arrive. Once all the account details have been filled out, we'll move on to payment. Completing upfront payment for the order is the final step of enrollment. Customers do this by enabling auto pay and accepting terms and conditions. Then they'll click on Place Your Order. The last page your customers will land on is a confirmation that their order was successfully submitted. A confirmation email will also be sent to the account holder. Enrollment is now complete and activation is the next step. Remember what I said at the beginning of this training. If the customer answered the question, "Do you have a Flash Mobile SIM card with you?" as yes, then the port request would be made and any new number requested would be assigned and the activations would be immediately initiated. But we answered no, meaning the SIM cards are going to be shipped within 2 to 3 business days. We'll need to go back into the account to complete the activations. For information on how to activate in both scenarios, please check out the Flash Mobile How to Activate video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to activate with Flash Mobile. Remember, there are 2 paths a customer can choose to go down during enrollment. Which path they take is determined by how this question is answered. Do you have a Flash Mobile SIM with you? If the answer was yes, then once that enrollment was completed, the activation process began. But before we get to the activation process, let's say their answer was no, meaning they needed to request a SIM card during enrollment. Once they receive their SIM, the customer needs to return to flashmobile.com, log into the online account portal that was created during enrollment, and then complete the activation process for each SIM card received. So here we go. Once on flashmobile.com, the customer will hover over My Account in the upper right corner of the page and click on Sign In. Once on the Sign In page, the customer will enter their unique email address and password that was used to create the account during enrollment. Once logged in, the customer will see their account overview page. Click on the purple button in the upper right that says Activate My SIM. On this page, we see the phone lines, new numbers, and/or port-in numbers that were entered during the enrollment. This is where your customer identifies the specific SIM card that has been assigned to the specific phone number they're enrolling. It's very important they match up the correct SIM card with the correct phone number. When a customer requests a SIM card during enrollment, it gets pre-assigned to a specific phone number in their order. Now, if you had the SIM cards in hand as you helped them enroll, your customer could have immediately initiated the activation process. This goes back to what I said in the beginning. How you answered the question, do you have a SIM card, determined the path you take. If you said yes, then new number assignments and port requests would go straight to the activation process because the customer would have assigned the SIMs to the phone by entering the 19-digit SIM card number during the initial enrollment. But of course, in this example, we said no and the SIMs were shipped. So that's why we have to come back into the online account portal to complete the activation. Once the customer identifies which SIM card is assigned to which phone number, they can initiate the activation process by clicking on the appropriate activation button next to the phone line that's ready to activate. Of course, ready to activate means the customer has both the correct SIM card and phone with them before clicking the button. Once you click the button for new numbers, they will activate instantly. For port requests, Flash Mobile will immediately submit the request to the current carrier asking that the number be transferred. You'll see a message that says port-in request successfully submitted. In most cases, when all the porting information that was submitted to the carrier is accurate, the port will go through rather quickly. This can also take up to 4 hours depending on various circumstances. However, customers will still have active service with their current carrier until the port is released, so they are not without service. There are several ways you can tell the port is complete and the phone is ready for activation. 1, the customer will receive an email letting them know that the number was transferred successfully. 2, their online account portal will show that the status of their phone is active. Or 3, the customer will notice that their current service stopped working. This is a clear indicator that the customer is ready for activation. If your customer activated new equipment, meaning a new phone, they simply put the SIM in that phone and power up. If they are keeping the same phone, the activation is completed by powering the phone off, removing the old SIM card, and inserting the new Flash Mobile SIM card. Power the phone up and it will go through the activation process. If necessary, your customer should follow any on-screen prompts to set up the phone. Congratulations, that's all there is to it. Your customer is now active with Flash Mobile. For more information and training on all things Flash Mobile, be sure to check out acncompass.com.
Wow, guys. Wow. Okay. Now, that is, you might come across as a lot, but let me tell you this. Everything in there, if you just go into ACN Compass and go through each one, spend an hour, over the next week, 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day for the next week. You're going to be on holidays anyway. You're going to be sitting on the couch, stuffing your face, watching all these Christmas shows. Well, instead of doing that, go to another room for 15 minutes, get some peace and quiet, and start looking at some of these, take notes. And actually, you can even print out these forms, utilize them on your computer, download them, things like that. So, but just to recap, the video covered how you're preparing your Flash Mobile enrollments, how you're enrolling them all the way through to activation. So definitely take the time, go to your back office and take some notes, because when you get this down, it's actually so much easier than you think. The materials that ACN Flash Mobile have provided us to acquire our customers it's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. Trust me, follow it step by step and you'll be set. Now, just want to finish things out and just want to cover a did you know. I like to do the did you knows, but this time, because this is the last one of the year, this is the last one for me in the month of December, I actually want to throw something a little bit different to you guys. I'm going to go beyond, and I got a few did you knows. So the first one, did you know that through we're moving from Flash Wireless to Flash Mobile, but did you know that they actually extended for Flash Wireless Yellow, that to be able to do that switchover has been extended to January 15th? And also the key things, did you know that until the end of this year, Flash Yellow customers who are transitioning to Flash Mobile will get a 15% discount on their purchase if they use the code FLASH15. What? You're already going to be making the switch anyway, because these are your services. So why not? Wow, this is so beautiful that this is a value add for us, for our own pocketbook, if you was to say so, pocketbook, bank account, we're getting 15% savings discount on that, but it's also for our customers. So this is the time we need to reach out to our customers before the end of the year, get them set up and switched over so they're ready for the Flash mobile services. So there's no interruption for them. And they're getting 15%. So they're definitely going to be motivated to make that switch. That's the first one. Now is the second one. Did you know Flash Mobile is actually a part of the Refer a Friend program? So that means if you can actually earn a free line of service on your personal account, so you're signed up with Flash Mobile, and for every 5 Flash Mobile accounts you acquire, you can receive a credit on that, bill credit from that. Isn't that awesome? Like, it's pretty much, you're getting free service, free cell phone service. Now, there's no way you can pay off your cell phone bill. There's no way you can call AT&T. You can't call Flash Mobile. You can't call T-Mobile. None of these providers. You can't call them and say, hey, I'm part of this ACN thing, and you know what? I want to pay off my bill for the rest of my life. How do I do that? No, it's not possible. They're going to refer you to a counselor for some help because you've got some mental issues. Like, there's no way, honestly, there's no way. So what better way can we have it to where we can actually receive free service? Additionally, what stronger saying do we have to someone to say that we have our own free service for free? We can even show, hey, my cell phone here is free. I get free service. Of course, we pay taxes and things like that, a little small, but it's ultimately free. And that's why I put it in quotes. Now, definitely go to the ACN Compass, get all the details are there. But here, let me give you a quick example. Now, the Refer a Friend program, as I mentioned, every 5 services, you get free. So here in the middle, you'll see in the middle image there on the right, ACN IBO. So that's you. That's you. You have Flash Unlimited 3 lines. But now let's start at the top right. You sign up your mom and dad, that's 2 lines, or around to the right, that's going clockwise. You sign up your friend, they get a line. You sign up your sister, hey, they need 3, got a husband and a kid. You also sign up a neighbor. They need 4 lines, they have a family there. Then you also sign up a coworker, they get 2 lines. Now that's 5 accounts, and that means you receive your first line free. Huge. It's that simple, guys. Okay, now the third one I wanted to cover is helping feed children and families in need. Now, together, this is huge. When we do our overviews, our 1 through 10s, we talk about Project Feeding Kids and Feeding America. So here, this is one of the ways that we do it. And I wanted to bring this in because, and again, feel free to take screenshots because this is so powerful. When we can share this with our potential customers, they know that they're not only supporting you, this is a time that everyone's in that giving mode. This is a time that they can support these charities, helping feed children in the month of December. So, because every time someone becomes a Flash Mobile customer, a meal is donated. That is so huge. And when you can share that to your friends and family, they'll understand, they'll jump on board because they want to be supportive, not only of you, but of these great cause and helping the local community. So this is amazing, guys. And again, just want to close things out. Everything you need to know is on ACN Compass. Just go to www.acncompass.com. If you haven't gone there, guys, there's so much wealth of information there. But I just want to refer you to, in those videos, they refer to a number of documents and forms and checklists that you can use. It's here, right here, where the orange arrow is under support and FAQs. So definitely just go to your ACN Compass and find that information. But again, it's really, want to circle back to the very beginning. Every level of success you want to achieve requires a new understanding of the skill and a new behavioral pattern. That is what we did here tonight. But I challenge you, what skill are you learning? What behavioral pattern change are you doing in preparation for this new year? Now, I know my new year started on November 1st. But for those who haven't started their new year, what skill are you changing? What are you going to do different in this upcoming year that you did not do in 2021. So every level of success you want to achieve requires a new understanding of the skill and new behavioral pattern. So just remember that, guys. Feel free to take a screenshot. But hey, that's all I have for you guys. Just want to close things out. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. I love seeing your beautiful faces. And thank you guys so much for joining in this product training. I'm going to close this year out for me for the Sunday product training. But hey, guys, again, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every single one of you. Sorry for going a little bit over, but I do appreciate you guys joining in and sticking with me, because this is going to completely change your business. Now go get those Flash Mobile customers before the end of the year and get that Flash 15 code in there to get that 15% off, guys. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a good one.